All right. So this is Unlock the Magic. I think it says spark inspiration and save time with Canva Magic. We use similar terms. This is our AI magic session. So quick introduction to me. My name's Janice. I'm your Canva learning consultant. So I do professional development for Canva. I am joining you from just outside Seattle, Washington this morning, or this afternoon, I guess. And I was a former teacher and instructional coach and have been using Canva for more than 10 years. So excited. The AI is one of my favorite topics. There's so many amazing things that I learn every day. We have a couple new features out, so excited to share all of that with you today as well. Okay. Normally, we kind of run through what Canva is. For the sake of time, I have a little bit of a condensed version, but as a reminder, if you are new to Canva, Canva is a visual communications platform. So anything you want to create or communicate visually, you can do it in Canva. And Canva truly has a full visual work suite. All of our AI tools are available in every one of our products, no matter what the design type. So you can create documents, whiteboards, presentations, social media, video, print products, and even websites. And Canva's mission is to empower everyone to create, collaborate, and communicate in the classroom and beyond. So turning teachers into creators and students into creators in an easy to use space. So as we think about AI today, we really, Canva is really transparent about our AI, about how it's, created, how it's used. We really believe that technology is never good or bad. It's what we do with the technology that matters. So using Magic and AI tools to be efficient, to save time, to be creative, it's really powerful, and Canva supports all of those things. So how can you amplify your lessons with Canva Magic? So Canva has sort of twofold AI. We have generative AI and we have non-generative AI. We have AI sort of built in a lot of places, but we have two sort of major buckets. One of those buckets, and we're going to look at both today. One of those buckets is really in our photo editing tools and some of those kind of non-generative pieces. And then we do also have Magic Write, which is our generative text tool. So Magic Write is sort of one side, that's one chunk, and then some of the photo and creative editing side, that's the other we're going to look at today. So as we think about Magic Write, we're going to show you how you can really use that to your advantage through the power of Canva. So what is Magic Write? So I have a little video. Magic Write is available in all products. When it first came out, it was only available in documents. Now it's available across the board in any design type.
Are you ready to try your very own AI-powered teaching assistant in Canva? Magic Write is available for teachers and teaching staff in Canva for Education right now. Let's try it out. I want some lesson ideas for a 5th grade math class that will be relevant and fun for students who love basketball. Wow, they're going to love it.
Now, I need to make some lesson content for my 7th grade science students. How about a presentation about precipitation? What a time saver!
How about a brainstorm, though? Let's spark some creativity in our art history class. Nice!
Create easy, medium and hard activities to teach 2nd graders about the solar system.
Give me 10 story starter ideas for a grade 12 English class.
Adapt this text so my 3rd graders can understand it.
Create 3 math problems for grade 8 geometry students.
Design a low-budget science activity for 6th graders.
Whoa! The possibilities are endless. Try Magic Write and Canva for Education today.
All right, so I love that because it just gives a brief overview and kind of highlights some pieces. So we are going to just dive right on in today into Canva and creating and playing with these tools. So I'm actually going to share a link in the chat. If you're already logged in, this is going to open much easier. So I would definitely recommend logging in first. And then if you click on that link in the chat, it should open a window that's going to look like this. Your purple button is going to look different. I own this design, so it's a little different for me, but your purple button should say use template for a new design. You're going to click that purple button and it is going to make you a copy and it will look like this. So this is your copy of this design. So we are going to kind of work our way through this. We're going to take a look at all of our different AI tools as we work our way through this little learn and play template. So I'll give you a minute. Again, if you're already logged in, it's going to be much easier. So go ahead and get logged in. I'll give you just a second to kind of get this open and make sure we can get there, and then we will keep going. All right. Give me just a second. And again, this is your design. So no one is in here with you. We are not collaborating. So you are welcome to add pages, change things. Yep, you make a copy. So you're going to click that link. The little purple button that pops up says use template for a new design. You click the purple button and it will open a copy for you. Yep. You can download things to Google, yes, or you can just leave them within Canva. If you download, depending on what you create, if it's just text-based, it will download into Google Drive. But depending on what you've created, sometimes you'll lose like animations or fonts and things like that. But we'll talk about, we can revisit sharing at the end if we need. Good question. All right, so hopefully everyone's able to get in and make a copy of this design. Again, this one's all yours. So a couple quick navigation, if you're newer to Canva, you have your pages. We're gonna work our way through these pages. If you go all the way to the right, you have a little plus sign at the very end where you can add your own like extra blank pages. You can also hover in between pages down here at the bottom and click the plus sign, and it will add blank pages there. So if you want to add pages as we go, give yourself more space, you are welcome to do that. So this one's all yours. So we are going to start by talking about Magic Write. So I put in here, there are 3 places that you can find Magic Write in Canva. When you have text in a design, it is this little sparkly pencil here in our floating toolbar. Under our Canva assistant, we also have Magic Write, but we've moved it and we've added it right under this text option. So on the left under text, we also have Magic Write here. So we're going to work our way. There's sort of 2 versions of Magic Write, and we're going to work our way through those. So we are going to start on slide 3. We are going to app smash 2 types of AI. We're going to app smash our Magic Write and our generative image tool. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to click on elements on the left. Under elements, this is where you have shapes and graphics and photos and videos and everything you're going to add to your design. But also under elements, you have this AI image generator right here. So it'll be under elements under this AI image generator. You're going to see an option here to generate your own. When you choose generate your own, you're going to get this one. If you've never opened it, you might get a pop-up that says like explains what it is. You can click the purple button that says try it now or whatever it says. So it gets you into this window or accept or whatever it is. And then you're going to see something that looks like this. So in this box here, you can describe absolutely anything, and it is going to generate you an image. So more than 5 words works best. The more descriptive you are, the better. But I gave you a little bit of an idea and a kind of a quick prompt here. You don't have to use it. But if you want, you can ask it to generate an image of your favorite animal eating your favorite food in your favorite place. So I could say something like, maybe I want giraffes eating cupcakes in a field of flowers. I don't know. On the beach is usually my go-to, but we're going to try something different. So again, the more descriptive you are, the more precise it will come out. I'm just going to choose that and choose generate at the bottom. It is going to think about it for a minute, and then it's going to give me 4 options, and it's going to generate 4 options. It's going to think about it. Mine's running a little slow today. Oh, there we go. So I have giraffes and cupcakes in a field of flowers. So this one's pretty cute. It's like they're giving a little, that's really funny. This one's pretty cute too. So you'll see there's lots of options. If you scroll down, if you don't love what you see here, you can always refine the prompt. You can also choose different styles here. So under styles, if you want it to be more photorealistic, it can look like a photo. It could be, neon. Dreamy is a really fun filter. Psychedelic looks like Lisa Frank, if anybody remembers Lisa Frank. So you can make yourself have a little bit of fun, bright color. You even have stained glass and colored pencil, and this one's like construction paper. So you can pick any one of these and then generate again, and you can keep playing or change the prompt and keep playing. If you add one of the AI images to your page, even if you immediately delete it, it will save to your uploads. So you can always come back to it. So if you find one you like, it will save to uploads. Oh, these ones are cuter. So I hit photo because I wanted it to look more photorealistic, and I really like this one. So I'm going to add it to the page. And then if I click and hold and I drag it over this frame down here at the bottom, it's going to pop right in that little frame. So I'm going to add a photo to my frame, and then I'm going to write a caption. So I'm going to write my 2 giraffe friends, just something simple, are eating cupcakes in, oops, I cannot spell today, in a field of flowers. So I'm going to give you some time to practice this. I know I'm going a little quick. I'm going to pause and give you some time to play around. Again, you don't have to use the animal prompt. You can do whatever you want. Try describing yourself. Try creating whatever you can imagine, and it will generate you images. Add an image here and write a quick caption. That's the goal. And then we're going to play around with some magic, right? So a couple questions coming directly to me. This has been asked a couple times, so I will, and I think we added a few more people. I'm going to put this link back in the chat one more time. If you didn't get it the first time, there's a link in the chat. When you click that link, it will look like this. You will click your purple button that says use template, and it will make you a copy. And then with copyright, there are no copyright issues. You are generating this image. You are free to use it. The only thing you are unable to do, it's not really copyright, but you as an individual educator cannot make a profit on anything that is created in Canva for Education. The reason being, we are giving it to you for free, so you are not paying for the licensing. If you want to get a pro account, you have more options as far as paying for those copyright and pro. But if you create something and you want to put it on social media, you want to share it with other teachers for free, whatever that might be, no copyright issues at all. So hopefully that kind of clears that up too. So I re-put the link in the chat. I'm going to give you a couple minutes. So again, under elements is where you find a Magic Media. It's the AI image generator. You choose generate your own and you generate. And again, if you add one to your design, and then even if you immediately delete it, it will still save over here to your uploads. So if you want to use it later, but don't want to use it today, add it to your page, delete, and then you'll have it for later as well. Good question. Can you put a picture in and have it recreated or use the AI? Not currently. Not currently. Yeah, not. I'm not sure what you mean by text title. To get to Magic Media, you just go to Elements and then scroll until you see the AI image generator, and then choose Generate Your Own. And then you will get a box that looks like this, and you put the text right in there. Hopefully that helps. Okay, I'm going to give you a few minutes to get a picture and write your caption. That's all you need for this one. And then we're going to talk about some different Magic Write options. So I'm going to give you just like a quick 3 minutes to do this. Quick 3 minutes to grab a picture and write a caption. Also, if you find a cute prompt, put it in the chat. I'd love to see what you guys are searching. I always like to find new ones because I get stuck and I do it all the time. Good question in the chat about timers and music. Timers are built into presentations and whiteboards in this lower toolbar. So the one that you made a copy of from me is down here. So under timer, if you add minutes and seconds, there's a little music note here and you can choose the 5 sounds. How to add a page. Yep, you have 2 options. You can either hover in between the 2 pages. So if I like put my mouse in between the 2, there is a little plus sign here where you can add a page, or you can go all the way to the end and add a page using the plus sign at the end. So either way works. All right, so hopefully you have an image in here and then a caption here. So the reason I had you write a caption is because, again, there's sort of 2 fold ways to use Magic Write. We're going to look at the other, we're going to just generate text in a minute, but Magic Write can also modify text that is already on a page. So for example, I'm going to click on my caption. In my lower floating toolbar, I have a little pencil icon. When I click on that, this is Magic Write. So I have all of these options. So one of them says continue writing. Oh, if you can't find the caption, if it's not up here, it should say, like, I don't remember what it said before this, type text here or something like that, type caption here. You can always go over here to text, add a text box, and just write your caption in the text box. It's just a piece of text. You just need text on the page. That's all. Good question. Yeah. So I clicked on my piece of text. I clicked on my little magic pencil, and then I have some options. I can continue writing. So that's going to expand. So for example, if I click continue writing, usually with something silly like this, it's going to write me a little story. I can then, when I choose continue, I have some options. I can replace my one piece of text. I can add it below. So I'm going to choose add below, and it added my story to my design. Then when I click my pencil, same options. I can continue and expand more. I could shorten, so it would summarize for me. I can rewrite it, so it'll just reword it. And then I have some interesting ones. I have more fun, which will give it more fun wording. More formal, obviously goes the other way. And then I have sprinkle fairy dust. I don't really know how to explain this to y'all. The best way I know how to explain it is that it is like more fun plus more formal, like from a wizard. I don't know. Like it's got its own language. Like y'all can try it. I can't tell you exactly the purpose of it, but it's fun. Sometimes it's really fun. Sometimes it's not quite as exciting, but you get a lot of words like enchantment and tapestry and all kinds of things. So you can play around with those. Change voice you won't use, so don't worry about that. That's a little bit more for our business product. It will fix all the spelling in there, and then we're going to come back to custom prompt in a minute. So these ones I was just going to show you so you can play around. So again, I hit continue. It wrote me a little story here. I just shrunk it down using the bars on the side so that I could read it. I could also make the font smaller at the top if I need to. So notice this one says like the sun cast a warm glow over the vibrant petals. It's kind of just a simple story. If I go to more fun, which is my favorite one. Oh, and now it writes it down here. So this is new. It didn't used to do that. So this one says the sun beams down like a spotlight on a floral stage for the cutest picnic ever. So again, it gives you just a little bit more fun writing. Let's try sprinkle fairy dust on this. We'll see. Yeah, see, enchanting. This one's not too bad. It's not too wordy. Sometimes it gets really wordy. This one's just a little bit more whimsy. It kind of just has a little different wording. So if you want to play around and try like expanding on your caption using the continue writing or try some rewrite, more fun, kind of playing around with those, I'm going to give you just a minute to do that. And then we will take a look at generating text with Magic Write. So I'll give you 2 quick minutes to do that part and then we'll keep going. So 2 quick minutes there. So again, clicking on your text box and then choosing that little magic pencil right there. Okay. So hopefully you were able to kind of play around and just get a feel for what that looks like and just the options that you have. You could do this too, just a couple side notes. You could copy and paste text or import things from Google Documents or your own slides, or just sometimes I'll come in here and I'll write something really quick and then I'll use Magic Write to just rewrite it. And sometimes the wording just comes out a little better, or there's different word choice, or I get a little bit more fun word choice if I really want it. So again, it doesn't have to be text that Magic Write has generated. It can be things that you've generated and you can adjust them using all of these options as well. Just to note, and I should have said this in the beginning, Magic Write is only available for staff. It does have an age restriction of 13 and over. So if it is enabled, it would only be allowed in high school teams, but currently I believe it's only on for staff. So just be aware of that as you're creating Magic Media, and the AI image generator has no age restrictions. It is available K-12. There is no, it's a Canva created app, so it's safe and secure. So K-12 image generator is available, unless Kathleen says I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's right. And then Magic Write is only available to staff. So just keeping those couple things in mind as we think about this. Yes, perfect. That's what I thought. Okay, so that is how you can edit text that is already in a design. You can use that little magic pencil. Good question. Is Magic Write in other languages? I think you can ask it to write something in another language. You can also translate. We're going to talk about translate today too, so hold that thought. So you could also write it in English and then translate it, which I'm going to show you in a little bit. So hold that thought too. Good question though. I haven't tested it in a while to see if it writes in another language. Interesting. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so the music you're hearing is on my timer. So again, I clicked timer at the bottom and then I chose a sound that goes along with my timer. So that's how what you're hearing with timer, with the music. Good question. Okay, let's move on to Magic Write. I know I'm kind of cruising, but this is a big session and I want to cover as much as I can, so I might skip around too. So we're going to try Magic Write. So this is just an instruction sheet. I'm going to walk through this with you a few times. This one is a little confusing at first because of the way that it's set up, but I'm going to hopefully make it easier for you. So with AI and with generative text, if those of you who have played with it, you know that what you get back from the generator is only as good as what you ask it. So the prompt is really important, right? So what Canva has done is we've created cheat sheets of prompts for you, kind of like Mad Lib style, where you just have to fill in the blank. So I've embedded them into this design. I will also share a different version of them after, so you will always have them. But basically, I've just added our cheat sheets. I know the font is really small. It's not meant to be in a presentation, so that's okay. But what I'm going to show you is I'll show you some tricks to it, and then I'll show you how to use them. So we do have 4 cheat sheets. This is all around generating teaching ideas, so kind of like lesson planning. We have one on creating presentations, so how you present information to students. This one is all about learning materials. And then this one is about, again, a little bit more on the lesson planning side. So I know the font is small. So some things that you can do is down here at the very bottom, you have a little slider bar. You can take that slider and zoom in so you can read them a little bit better. So you can zoom in and then scroll up and down and kind of find the one you want. Once you find one that you like, if you click on it, and then, or if you double click into it so you can type in it. So if you double click on a text box, it will allow you to edit. And then you can highlight the text and then right click and copy or Control C. And then along the bottom, I've given you 2 blank pages. You're probably going to want more and you can add more, but I'm going to go over to my blank page and zoom back out a little. I'm going to go to text and Magic Write. And then I'm going to right click and paste. And I'll do this a few times. So if you get it once and you want to play, great. If it takes you a few tries, I'll show you a few times. So right click and paste. This one says create a lesson plan. So I'm going to start filling this in and being more specific. I want a lesson plan with 2 learning intentions or learning objectives. You can change the wording. Maybe I want 2 success criteria. We are an Australian-based company, so sometimes our wording is a little bit backwards. So just so you know. And maybe I want 1 independent and 1 group, small group activity for a lesson on blank. So this blank can be anything. Could be a chapter of a book, could be a unit, could be a topic, could be anything. It also can be standards. If you have state standards or you're using Common Core or NGSS standards, you can just write the standard in there. So for example, I can put Common Core standard reading 8.1, which is 8th grade reading standard, and choose generate. So you can type in anything that you want the topic to be and it will know, so it's fine. So this is going to generate a lesson plan. This one gives me, it actually tells me the standard, which is great. So you can double check yourself. This one gives me a time length. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Here's my learning intentions. Here's my success criteria. Here is an independent activity. Here's a small group activity. And it even gave me an assessment. So once it generates, if you choose the purple insert button, it will drop it on the page. I can always use this back arrow to revise the prompt if it wasn't quite what I was looking for. And then we've just added these. You can say more like this or this but. So I could say this, but I want the small group activity to be done in Canva. Maybe I want a Canva activity. Generate. It's going to regenerate it for me with Canva as a small group activity. So you can modify off of what the original one was. And then it gives me material. So it rewrote it. So then I'm going to hit insert and it's going to insert it for it. Oh, shoot, it didn't insert the first one. Okay, apparently you have to insert the first one. That was on me. I thought it was going to do both. Oops. So here's my small group activity. So once I hit insert, it's in here. And then again, I can always go back and use the Magic Write to revise it. So I'll do that again. I'm going to go over to this one. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to find a prompt that I like. So maybe I want Let's see. Maybe this one. So again, I'm going to double click in the text box. I'm going to highlight the text, right click and copy. I'm going to go back to a blank page, zoom back out. Again, you might need more pages. That's why I kind of showed you how to do that. Go into text, go into Magic Write and paste. Create an interactive activity about, let's say, periodic table for grade 10. And I could say for groups of 3 10th graders, maybe 10th graders instead, something like that. Again, the more specific you are, the better it's going to generate. Oop, there we go. It's going. Sometimes it'll give me things like, here's the materials that you need. Here is a whole outline. So again, all I asked it was something really simple, and it's giving me all of this information. I can choose insert, and there I go. I'm going to sneeze. So again, you could also, as I add pages, you can come up with your own prompt. Maybe you want it to write, you know, a intro to this lesson, 5-sentence stems, math problems, whatever it might be. You can just come up with your own as well. We've just given you some to kind of get you started on those cheat sheets. Okay. You can download this as a PDF. Yes. I will also share these prompts with you in another format so you can keep them as well. But I think I caught those questions. Okay. I'm going to give you some time to practice that. See what you come up with, see, you know, what you are able to generate. And then I'm going to give you one more extension on that. So I'm going to give you not very much time. I know it's really fast. I'm only going to give you 3 minutes, but we'll give you 3 minutes so that we can get to the rest of it. And then we'll keep going. So take a quick 3 minutes, play around with Magic Write, see what you come up with. Okay, oops, I lied. I thought that was gonna be different. Okay, so that's how you generate text with Magic, right? There's one other tool that I would like to highlight. And I don't have a really good prompt in here too, but I'm gonna go back and do it with my story just because it's gonna be easier for me. So we didn't talk about this, but this is what you could use for text that's already on the page. So if you generate something from Magic Write like this, or you write something, or you bring something in, the last one that we didn't talk about under this little magic pencil is custom prompt. So custom prompt, now that you've seen Magic Write and generate, again, under text, you have Magic Write to generate text. Custom prompt allows you to ask to do something with the text already on the page. So instead of you writing the prompt, which you're kind of writing a prompt, but basically like the first set we were revising, this time we were generating, now we're going to generate based on the text that's already there. So for example, if this was my little short story, I could do the little pencil, choose custom prompt and say, write 3 comprehension questions for this text. I could give it a grade level. I could be more specific, and I can choose generate multiple choice, open-ended. So you can use custom prompts to ask it to do something based on the text that is already there. So I could go into this small group activity and I could say, add an extension activity for reflection on this project. I don't know, this is a terrible prompt, but I think you understand what I mean. So it will allow you to do something based on text that is already in the design. So that custom prompt allows you to do that. So a couple ways you can use that. Again, you can have it extend on stuff that's already on there. You can have it write questions or, explanation. It's not me, this is Canva, things like that. I'm going to give you one other way that you could use this. And it's going to look a little different, but I did this last week with a group and I thought it went really well. And I know we've done a whiteboard session. You may not have attended, but we have done some whiteboarding before. So for example, this is not going to be a great example, but I'll try to share. You could have a whiteboard reflection maybe for students as they leave your classroom. Now I can't find the one I want, but maybe they're, leaving one question they still have about the topic, or they're leaving. No, I can't. I thought I had one more close to the top. We'll try this one. So maybe you use a slide, or in some way you have students reflect, respond, create an exit ticket, whatever that might be. Maybe it's on sticky notes, maybe it's on something else. You could grab text from the student. Let's say these were one question that they still have and they all put it on a text box or a sticky note. I can use this magic pencil and custom prompt and I can say, what are the 3 biggest questions students have? And it'll kind of read them all and give you the top 3 things. What are some things I need to reteach tomorrow based on these questions? And it will scan them all and give you those main topics. Give me a summary of this. What are the main ideas? Things like that, where you don't have to read 100. I taught middle school. I'd have to read like 150 sticky notes after an exit ticket. This will allow you to just say, okay, what are the things I need to reteach? And it will give you the main ideas. So you can have students respond to things. You can do it on a slide. You can do it a lot of different ways. You could even have them do it in a Google form or somewhere, paste those answers in, and then have Magic Write do it, as long as you have text on the page. So lots of different ways to do it. So again, I could grab all of this text and I can use it and I can say, something about this. So you have those options kind of when it comes to that custom prompt. So those are options there. The last one I will show you, and then we're gonna have to move on and we're gonna run out of time because I get so excited, is with an article. So let's say you take an article off the web. So 10 famous explorers. I don't know, we'll use this one. If you have a link, it doesn't always work, but it works most of the time. So I'm going to copy the link to this article or the story or whatever it might be. I'm going to go back and I'm going to use Magic Write. Again, I could paste the text in, but I can also say, write 5 comprehension. Oh, actually, let me do it this way. Let me actually do double. Rewrite, summarize this for my 2nd graders. And write 3 comprehension questions. And I put the link in and I generate. Rubrics, it'll do tables, things like that. Absolutely. It can custom prompt can raise and lower the lexile level of a piece of text. You can raise it or lower the reading level. I can have a URL summarized and ask questions about the article using a URL as well. Awesome. And you can create an activity based on a rubric. So you could go both ways. Love it. So I know I'm kind of going quick, but there's lots of, you can put URLs in and it will work off of those as well, or any text that you paste into the design. Okay. I'm going to move on. I know that you could spend hours on this. We could spend a lot of time. We only have about 15 minutes. So I want to make sure I get to the other side of our magic, and that is in our photo editing tools. So I'm going to move through these a little bit quickly, and I'm going to apologize, but we are recording. I will share the recording and information afterwards, but we're going to kind of cruise through. So I'm going to go over to this slide that says background remover. It's now my slide 12, but it may have changed for you. So all of the rest of our tools pretty much live in our photo editing. So when I click on a photo in Canva, in my toolbar, I have this edit option at the end. When I click on edit, at the top, I see this section that says Magic Studio. So we're just going to move through some of these tools. So again, I clicked on the image, chose edit, and then I'm going to go over here to Magic Studio. So the first one is BG Remover. So when I click background remover, it's going to take the background away from that image. Ta-da, I gave you an extra little background in there for fun. But it just removes the background from the image, so then you could use that elephant somewhere else without the background. So that's number one, is background remover. I know I'm going kind of quick. The second one is Magic Eraser. So again, I'm going to click on this image. I'm going to choose edit at the top. The second one is Magic Eraser. So I'm going to click on Magic Eraser. Then I have two options. I can brush, so I could just brush over something, or we can also click on it. So if you click on it, it will scan it and it will decide what is it that you want to erase. Is it the surf? Is it the starfish? I'm going to choose my little starfish, and then I'm going to pick erase. And it is going to think about it. It's a little slow today. And then it will erase my little starfish. So Magic Eraser is great if you have an image of students that has identifying information, the school name, the logo, whatever, you could erase it. You can erase parts of an image that you don't want. Also, you could erase it too. If there's two kids and you only want one of the kids, you can erase the kid. Just kidding. But you have some different options. So again, you can background remove and remove the background. You can magic erase and erase part of an image. Sometimes it takes a few tries. Sometimes I have to click it and then I have to brush over it again. So just know it's not always perfect. The next one is Magic Grab. So this one's really great. There's so many ways to use this. For this one, I'm going to click on one of the images on top. So I'm going to click on my little turtle. I'm going to again go to edit, go into my Magic Studio and go to Magic Grab. Same thing, I could brush or I can click. So I'm going to click on my little turtle. And then I'm going to choose grab. And what it's going to do is, it's kind of like a combination of eraser and background remover. It is going to separate the layers of the picture. So I can use that turtle somewhere else. So what's great about this is maybe you want to shrink it down and use it in the same picture without getting rid of the background. Maybe you want just the background and you want to move it. Now I can take my little turtle and put him down here in the ocean. So it just separates the two. So instead of completely removing the background, maybe you still need the background for something, or you want to like mix and match, you can do that. I'll do it with my little seal. So again, edit, magic grab. I can brush or click. I'm going to click on my cute little seal, choose grab. It's going to grab it off the page and allow me to move it. Sometimes it's nice because maybe you want to not lose the background, but you want to duplicate him and you want two of him. So I could duplicate it and have two of him there, or I can move him down into the ocean or move him over here onto the sand, things like that. So Magic Grab grabs an object out of the picture without losing the background. Then you have Magic Edit. This is also all of these three that so far students also have. So students will have background remover, they have Magic Erase, they have Magic Grab. Magic Edit is they don't. This is generative text, so they don't have this one. I'll show it. This is not my favorite one. I'm gonna be real honest, but I'll show it to you. When you choose Magic Edit and you go to edit at the top. Oh. Weird, I think if it looks like that and it has a little bar on Magic Edit, I don't know why that image thinks it's already edited, so I apologize. Just go ahead and click on it again. You can brush or click on an object in the picture. So for example, I could click on this tree over here. And instead of that tree, maybe I want it to be a tower of cupcakes. Magic Edit is like erase and replace. The tech isn't quite as good, so it's going to come out a little funky, to be honest. I don't love this one. It will work. The way I see this used most is changing out an outfit. So you can erase your shirt and put on a different outfit. Or, you know, actually I did this with juniors and seniors. We were working on portfolios. We stood them up against a wall. We took their plain t-shirt and erased it and gave them a shirt and tie. So they had a more professional looking photo without needing the clothes for it. So now here's my tree of cupcakes. I don't know what this is. This one, again, not my favorite. It doesn't have the greatest tech yet. I think it's still got some ways to go. But okay, we're going to use that one. So Magic Edit is like erase. Oh, you can't even see it because it's over here. It's like erase and replace. I got to work on a better picture for that one. I know I'm going quick and I'm going to apologize. Well, actually, I'm going to skip around because I only have 8 minutes and there's one that I really want to make sure that we get to. So I'm just going to talk through the rest. So Magic Expand is also in Magic Studio. This will change the dimensions of your image and AI will fill it in. Well, you know, there you go. So Magic Expand changes and adds to the dimensions of your image. So you could turn this into a whole slide and it will fill it in. Less is more with Magic Expand. It gets a little crazy if you go too big. Create an animation allows you to customize animation. So you can click on an object, choose animate, choose create an animation and customize the animation. So I know that's fast, but create an animation, and the directions are here. This is the one I really want to get to because this is the one I think is incredibly powerful for staff and students. And students have this one too. This is grab text, and then we're going to mash it up with translate. So for example, I'm going to grab this classroom rules. This could be a screenshot of an article off the web. This could be a picture of a poster on your wall. Whatever it is, if you have an image in Canva and the image and the photo has text in it. So this one it's an image and it has text. When I go to edit and I go over in my Magic Studio and I find grab text, same idea as Magic Grab, but instead of an object, it's going to isolate the text in the photo. I can pick boxes or I can say all text, grab, and it is going to, now this text is editable. So I can take an image and so it could be a page of a book, a poster, a screenshot of an article or of text off of a website. Now I could use that custom prompt and I could raise and lower a Lexile level. I could ask questions about it. I could rewrite it. I can adjust it. I can do whatever I want. It's editable text. You can upload a PDF into Canva and the text already becomes editable, but yes, you could also do it with a PDF. You can do that separately. That's a little different. Good question. The other thing I want to highlight is it also works on handwriting. So I can go to this is a handwritten chart, sticky chart paper on the wall. Same thing. I can go to Magic Grab. I stole this from a friend's classroom. Again, I can click on different text boxes. So for this one, I'm just going to pick the bigger one and choose Grab. And it will bring it in if it's handwritten. So it looks a little funny because what it's trying to do is match the handwriting to a font. So if you want to know what font your handwriting is, you could bring in your own stuff too. But as soon as I change the font to something a little more simple, let me take out the background. Now it has grabbed that text. And then again, I can use Magic Write. I can adjust it, whatever. And then to take this one step further, under the apps waffle on the left, I can translate that text. So I can go to apps, go to translate, choose a language and hit translate. Now that handwritten anchor chart, that poster on your wall is translated so students who are your language learners can read it. Or you can raise and lower the Lexile or reading level. Again, you have all kinds of options. So any image with text in it, you can grab text, and then I love the smash of that plus translate. So those are great too. Okay, that one I'm not gonna worry about. So I know I went a little fast and furious at the end. Here's the last thing I'm gonna leave you with, and I will put this in the chat. I also share it with Kathleen so she can share it out. We have this link to our Canva teacher resource page. You can bookmark this. It is a great resource to have. On this teacher resource page, as you scroll down, this section right here, well, first of all, as you keep scrolling, those cheat sheets that I have in the design are also here. So even if you get rid of the design, the cheat sheets are built in. There's also videos that go with each one, which is fantastic. And then just above it, we have this section that says Classroom AI Teacher Guides. When you open this, we didn't quite get to all of them, but like Animate, Magic Grab, which we just talked about, and Text to Image, Magic Write. We didn't do Magic Switch, but we got most of these. If you click on these, what's great about them is they're kind of like 2-pagers. They show you where to find the tool. And then on page 2, it shows you different ways you could use this in the classroom. So it gives you education ideas. So again, that is all on that teacher resource page. The guides are here, those cheat sheets are here, and then there's all sorts of stuff as you keep scrolling. So that is a resource as well. Yeah, and you guys are crushing it, by the way. Jefferson County has the highest number of Canvas certified teachers out of every district that we have across the board. You guys have the highest number of Canvas certified, so that's amazing. If you want to learn more, you have Canvas certification in Vector. Kathleen just put that in the chat. So yes, please, if you want to do that, it's the teacher certification course. You can take that as well. You guys are rocking. So I know we have about 2 minutes. I feel like I answered most of the questions and shared everything in there. If there's a last question or anything else, I am happy to answer if we need to see something again. Again, I'll share the recording also in the slides, but hopefully, I think we got lots of good ideas. I saw lots of excitement in the chat and lots of smiles on faces. So that makes me happy. So
Lots of excitement. You're awesome, Janice, as always. And someone said, Janice, where have you been? I'm like, she's here every month. So Janice comes to us every month with a new topic. She's the expert with Canva. So whether you need PD credit or not, I encourage you to check out Vector to join us to learn something new. And like she said, I will add these slides and her presentation to our YouTube channel, jcps.me/digital learning. And I'll email you that as well if you are registered today. So give us at least a week to get your PD credit entered. We host these weekly, so with several different partners. So our secretary works very hard, but they will not be entered in Vector tomorrow and possibly not until next week. So give us a few days and we will get them. But thanks, Janice, again, as always.
Yeah, absolutely.